Welcome if you're new here, and welcome to the channel. And my name is Bella. If you have not subscribed, please hit that red button that says subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified. So today's video is going to be all about meal prep. So ever since I started my diet, I've been really falling in love with this meal prep because it really saves time. For example, you're working or you're really busy, and this can really help you out. So I'm going to be showing you guys how I'm going to be making my meal prep today. Whenever you are hungry and you know that you already have something you're going to fill your stomach with at that point of time. I'm ready on my kitchen, so I'm just going to be showing you guys whatever I'm going to be making today, and you guys should stay tuned and see how I'm going to be making this delicious meal prep. Very easy recipe and put together, and stay tuned and see how I'm going to be doing this. So the first I have on my list was broccoli, two onions, two sweet potato, and Brussels sprouts. So for the Brussels sprout, I disfroze that all through the night. It was a frozen one. So what I did first, I have to put that in my oven tray and to able to dry off all the excess water that was in it, because I cannot put it in the oven like that. So I just take a paper towel to try much as possible as I can to be able to dry out all the water that was in it. So when I finished that, I put the two vegetable together and my onions. So I just go ahead and add about 2 to 3 spoons of olive oil. So when I finish, sprinkle the olive oil on it, and I go ahead and add my black pepper. So when I finish adding my black pepper, I know that it's not going to be tasting. I add a little bit of salt. So when I finish adding a salt, so I just kind of stir the two veggies together just to mix very well before I will take it back to my oven to cooked. So when I finish kind of stain it, I take right food direct to my oven. So I wait for, and when I put inside my oven, I quickly go ahead and um peel the back of my sweet potato, because I don't want to cook the back with the sweet potato. Some people make the board put the back with it, but no, I don't want to add the back or with my sweet potato. So when I finish that, I already clean it. It was already clean. You can see it in the train. So I will just go ahead and cut it. It's kind of splitting it into 2 or 4 parts. It's like I'm going to be cutting it straight just to fit in my oven tray, so I can be able to put it in my oven. So when I finish slicing that or cut that, and I will just put it in my oven tray and take it right food direct to my oven. I will just show you guys how I cut it. It's like I want to make it as fried potato, but no, I'm gonna be cooking that in the oven. So when I finish cutting everything, it was already prepped. So I just go ahead, I add some paprika powder, and I just add some paprika and add a little bit of black pepper also. And when I finish adding black pepper, I add a little bit of olive oil as well. So when I finish adding olive oil, I just mix everything together and take back that to my oven and cook along with the veggie which I already have in the oven. So after adding that to my oven, and I was cooking these two veggie and potato and the same heat. I put it in 200 degrees Celsius in 25 minutes to cook. So from there I add my pot to my stove. So I just add some water to the pot for it to come boil. So when the water already boil, I just add about 6 eggs to the water, so for it to cook. So I really love to add some salt on my boiled egg. So I sprinkle some salt for into the egg, so for it to cook. So while that was cooking, I quickly switched to my veggie. I have yellow pepper, I have red pepper, I have zucchini, and I have two onions. So I quickly go in and slice everything together. So when I finish slicing everything together, so everything already sliced together, I have my sliced onions, zucchini, red bell pepper, and yellow pepper. So when I finish that, I just quickly move to the oven and check so what I was baking in the oven. So I just trying to flip everything together to see if it was really cooking good. So when I bring it out, it was not here cooked. I was having about 10 minutes again for it to were cooked. So from there, I just move in direct to take out the eggs because the eggs is already cooked. I have a bowl with filled with water. That was cold water. It will quickly immediately stop the egg for cooking. So that egg was really amazing because it was real cooked and it break. So there are some people like half done, there are some people who like full done. So I have some quinoa here which I'll be cooking about 10 to 12 minutes. So what I did, I put my pot again in my stove, the same pot I used to boil my egg. So when I finish when the water already come to boil, I add about 1 cup of I was not having a measuring cup, so I just use my glass cup. So I add about 1 cup of quinoa to my water. So I cover that uh to cooked. So I cooked it about 12 to 10 to 12 minutes. So I covered that to cook. So while that was cooking, I quickly take out the peels of my eggs. So I was putting that strainer there just for me to take out the excess water, because if there is water, that strainer will help me to drill it out. So when that was cooking, I know that I didn't show you guys any meat or something like that. So I was having a grill meat already, which is some chicken. I already have some chicken which I already grilled about yesterday. So that was what I'm gonna be using as my meat. So I added another pan to my stove because I needed that to make the remaining sauce I want to make. So I add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of butter. So when I finished to add that, I just let that to melt because it was a bit frozen. So when I finish melting that in the pan, I just add my sliced onions. So while the onions were cooking, then I also cut about 2 to 3 cloves of garlic. So I will just go ahead and stir together and let that cook for a while. When that was already cooking and I already cooked to my taste I want, I add so the garlic I also slice. So I stir that together so it will fry to the way I want it. So while that was frying, I keep on stirring so it will not burn. So while that was frying, I add the rest of my veggies which I slice also. I add everything, the red bell pepper, the yellow pepper, the zucchini, and everything, and I stir together. So while that was already cooking, I add about 1 tablespoon of soya sauce. So when I add already the soya sauce, I go ahead and add my paprika. After adding my paprika, I go ahead and add my curry powder. So I go ahead also I add black pepper. So after putting all the black pepper, I am 100% a lover of shilling pepper. So I go ahead and add about 1 tablespoon of shilling pepper into the sauce which I am making. So when I already add everything which I needed, I just have to stir together so it will not burn. So I really put it in really medium heat to cook. I didn't put it in high heat because you don't want to take out all the nutrients that was in that veggies you're cooking. So when that is finished, I just switch my pot to the big part because the other side was very small. Then I take out my quinoa, and why? Because I don't want that quinoa to overcook. It's already 12 to 10 minutes which I was cooking it. So while the veggies is still a little bit cooking, so I go ahead and added my grill chicken which already grilled. So I just put that to the pot so it will cook together. I don't want to microwave that. So when that already cooked, I just stir everything together. It's already My sauce was already made. So while the sauce was already made, I just quickly wash all the containers which I'm going to be using. So these are plastic container, that is what I'm using. So when it's already washed thoroughly, I go ahead and I add my quinoa to my plastic container, which I'm going to be using to store this food. So when I finish adding my quinoa, so it was just 1 spoon I added to all the containers. This was about 6 containers. So I go ahead and add my veggies. So I was just adding my veggie, also repeating the same thing to the first container. What I did, I just repeat everything to make everything normal, and everything will just be as the same. So from there, after finish adding my veggie, this my sweet potato, it's already cooked. So I'm just adding it also into the container, which I'm going to be using to store the food. I will just repeating the same thing to all the plastic container. I didn't finish using all the sweet potato because it was too much. So I added my egg to the food already add in the container. So when adding that, it was already looking cute. From there, that is when my sauce came in. So I added my sauce into the storage container as well. So when I finish, I do the same thing to that. I repeated the same thing to all the container, adding all my sauce. So when I finish, so guys, this is all prep. This is my 6-day meal prep. So let me draw the camera close to it. So everything here is on. So today's video is complete. If you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, like, share, and I will see you guys on my next one. Bye bye.